Hey guys, I just thought I'd post a little video here just to go through a I've just made a few little edits to the legal requirements of marriage lesson. So I've added these two sections, or sorry, this and this link, and I just wanted to go through the reason behind that and why I did that. Be- so basically, it's because even if your marriage does fit the definition of marriage, that it's between, it's voluntary between a man and between two people to no one else and for life, and you also fulfill, you still are of marriageable age. You're not trying to marry your mother or anything like that, and you receive parents' consent if you are below 18. Okay, there are still some like paperwork or clerical issues that can arise to your marriage not being valid. And so the first thing I'll show you is this document. Okay, so that's the new notice of intended marriage. Okay, so it's this document here. Okay, it's only a few pages long. All right, and if you read the fine print up here, you've got to lodge this paperwork or give this paperwork to your celebrant or the person who's going to marry you, that is legally required to do or legally able to do that. You have to give them this paperwork 1 month before your wedding day. So you might see movies like The Hangover and things like that where they go to Vegas and they wake up in the morning and like, oh my god, I'm married. Okay, that doesn't happen in Australia. Okay, you legally have to give 30 days notice and lodge this before you get married. All right. Now there might be some, and also you have 18 months to actually get married after giving it. So, say for example, coronavirus has hit and you've had to postpone your wedding because people aren't allowed to come. Okay, you have got 18 months to do that, and then if that 18 months expires, you have to fill this out again and give another month's notice. All right, so it's just like paperwork technicalities and things like that. They have also put this link up here to this website, which is pretty cool, and it sort of shows you, like, if you may have been to a wedding before, we have traditional things like walking down the aisle, kissing the bride, having bridesmaids and groomsmen and that sort of stuff. But there's only a few particular things that you need to be done at a wedding that are actually legal, and this goes through them here. Most of them we've sort of covered, but the celebrant and the bride and groom, they've only got to say a few sentences that they actually legally have to say. The rest is just tradition and custom that has been done over time. Okay, if you have a look at this, it will go through them in quite detail. I won't read them out to you because they're pretty small, but have a look at it. All right, and it also goes through a lot of the things that traditionally at weddings that don't really need to be there. All right, objections. Okay, you don't have to say, does anyone object to these people getting married? You see that in movies a lot. That doesn't need to be done. All right, like it says here about Lord Farquaad in the Shrek movie. That doesn't need to happen. All right, readings. You don't have to say any Bible verses or anything like that. You don't have to walk down the aisle. All right, the giving away of brides. Okay, if you have a read here, it's actually quite a sexist practice. Essentially, it was in the back in the day, it was believed that women couldn't survive without men in their lives. So your father was responsible for you, and then when you got married, he sort of gave you to the husband, which then resulted in you being his property and his responsibility. Right? We all know that that's not the case these days, but it's often seen as being a nice thing to do between daughter and father. Okay, but it's not. You don't have to do it. All right. There's no rules about where you need to stand and specific witnesses. The bride's maid of honor or the best man doesn't have to be the witness. It's anybody who's over 18 that saw you get married is fine. All right. And then also kissing. Okay. You don't have to kiss at the end of the ceremony. All right. So I just thought that's a pretty interesting, and you guys can have a look at that. All right. Thanks.